first time I saw you, I knew you'd be mine. And from the first glance you gave, my world had slowed, you stopped the time. And in that moment, I could see all of the things that we...
Greetings to all the Chitkarians. Well, I'm Mark Zukerberg, and is it the right time to take selfie? I guess it is. Well, just a second. Yeah, everyone, please smile. There we go. Everyone was looking pretty good, but the funny thing is that it doesn't matter because nobody's gonna see it. Haha, well, that sounds funny. Anyways, on this sphere, the pal somewhere, the place was named White Plains, New York, was born on May 14, 1984. I wonder why it wasn't February 14, but anyways, was born a computer genius extraordinaire. My father, Mr. Edward Zukerberg, was an honorable man. He ran a dental practice attached to the family's house. My mommy, Mrs. Karen, was a psychiatrist. I guess they had a pretty much lovely-dovey chat when they were alone until I, Mark, Randy, Donna, and Ariel came in their life. Well, they got pretty busy, Moving on, my early childhood is clearly portrayed when I say that I had a bunch of friends who were artists. They would come over, draw stuff, and I would make a game out of it. My mindset was greatly influenced by Sir Bill Gates, so much that I feel no shame in saying that Bill Gates is one of the greatest visionaries that our industry has ever worked with. Well, I ran against Bill Gates when I invented Zucknet at the age of 12. It was basically a messaging app, and pretty much everyone was into it. My family, outsiders, and it's a very gracious feeling you get when you see people using your software, don't you? Well, how many of you use Facebook here? Could you please raise your hands? Well, that's a pretty big number to begin with. Now, I put forward my question to you before you start pounding me with that question. What happens when one day you wake up with Facebook extinct? No more messages to laugh on, no more friend requests to accept, and no more notifications to get hyped about. How would you feel? How would you feel? Anyone from the audience? Well, a person like me who's always plugged in, well, my world would have turned over in a second. Well, now that's pretty much our indulgence in Facebook. Would you like to know how Facebook was actually put to work from just a piece of paper? Well, I'm going to tell you how it actually was put to work. I started the site back when I was 19, and at that time I did not know anything about business, but now see me as the youngest billionaire in the world. Well, I was sitting in my dorm room in Harvard University, and I was working on some codes on my laptop. And suddenly, boom, there's this codes running over my screen, and boom, I just invented something that even I didn't know would change the world one day. Well, as we go deeper, you'll find that I was dating Priscilla Chan from 2003, and I'm married to her, Well, she is a kind girl, as you know, and secondly, it was love at first conversation. And that's how I got the first inspiration to develop Facebook. You guys know, don't you? Well, as we move on further, you'll discover that I was assigned a task by my seniors, namely Dev and Narendra, and the twin brothers, Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss. These put me to make the site work and function well. They were making a social network site, and they called it something weird. But then I just backed out of it because I made the codes and I thought I could use them for a better purpose. So I did that. Well, this is the best part of the story, isn't it, for you guys? With an innocent man like me being sued for his innocence, and those twin brothers running after me, and me, well, avoiding trying to avoid custody by any means. Typical thriller of you, right? Well, as we move on further, you know that by my watch it seems the time to sum up here, so I will do that. Well, it was a pretty amazing and astonishing adventure of my life. It was like a hiccup from a kid who knew nothing about the world to a man who is called the youngest billionaire in the world, and an accidental one. I wonder why they call me that. Well, I also am a man who can donate 1 billion US dollars for charity. Well, I guess I couldn't have done it without the credit card numbers of yours. And, you know, the first day of my WhatsApp using, my status was, "Hey there, I'm gonna buy WhatsApp." Isn't that funny? Well, thank you.